Hello, I'm Neil McGettigan, President of the Objectivist Party of New Jersey. I'm sure that those watching this video are keeping up with current events happening across the globe, and have heard of another nation destroyed by socialist policies, Greece, which ironically was the birthplace of reason in the Western world. Since the end of World War II, most European countries have been run by socialist or socialist-leaning governments who, in order to gain the favor of the people, wove a cradle-to-grave safety net which allowed everyone to sleep easy. However, over the past 60 years, that net has become a hammock, and Europe has found itself in the same situation as the American consumer in 2008, who maxed out his 7 credit cards and took out multiple mortgages on his overpriced home. I've heard from friends that have visited Europe about how wonderful and friendly and helping these utopias in the EU are. However, just like the Iron Curtain before it, the nuts and bolts that held together this Eiffel Tower-like Leviathan have rusted. And now Greek civil servants, who for years retired at the ripe old age of 50 after spending their long days at government offices, drinking coffee and chatting on the phone with friends, have found that their pensions have gone dry. Now in Athens, these hard-working civil servants are taking to the streets and cursing the capitalist system that wronged... Wait, capitalist system? The capitalist system wronged them? Wait. These workers did not go into the evil private system. They were not greedy and did not notice the large pensions and healthcare packages they could get. They could get doing leisurely work for the good of society. Once again, this was not capitalism's fault. It was the result of a very large nanny parent state who decided to spoil her children without checking her monthly bank statements. Because Greece could not say no, most of Europe was saying no when the unreliable borrower asked for money. It was only the crony nature of the EU and fears that another world recession could start again that led to the bailout, which has Greece now on life support. What has happened in the Aegean should be of concern to us in the United States, a nation that currently has a gross domestic product of $14 trillion and a national debt of over $11 trillion. The fact that in the next decade the Obama administration itself projects another $10 trillion to be added to our current deficit should be worrying, since this situation happened before across the Pacific in Japan. Japan, which has a deficit larger than its GDP, since the 1990s, has been weakened by chronic inflation of its currency and stagnation of its economy. If the United States falls into such a pit, it might not be able to climb out. Japan is still jumping. As a resident of New Jersey, deficit has been a problem here for over a decade. In July 2006, the state of New Jersey was shut down for 3 days when Democratic Governor John Corzine failed to make an agreement with the State Assembly over the 2007 budget by the needed deadline. This shutdown also affected private industries such as the Atlantic City casinos, who by law cannot operate without regulators present. According to a March 2009 article in Forbes, New Jersey is one of the top 5 most overtaxed states in the nation. The billion-dollar state debt that has existed since the 2006 shutdown has nearly doubled, and Governor Chris Christie is trying to solve the budget crisis without raising taxes of the middle class, which has him fighting a battle against one of the most cushioned professionals in our society, teachers. Now, Chris Christie, being a moderate conservative, would probably love to talk to these public servants and bring them to the table. However, seeing that the New Jersey Teachers Union spent over $2 million campaigning against him during the last election, they are not willing to come to such an agreement. To liberals with their screaming pleas of think of the children, I have one question for you. Do you believe in equality? As someone who worked in a restaurant and was laid off in the past winter, along with many co-workers, I have to ask the teachers, is paying 10% of your benefits really that bad, seeing that most people I know in the private industry pay 30%? If you really are public servants that care about children, why not take a pay cut to help the parents out who have to raise these children on their paychecks? In order to fund your diamond benefits packages, you are going to force everyone else to sacrifice as well? To the socialists watching this and who are shouting at the screens that the government should give every citizen such diamond benefit packages, I must remind them that they are missing the point. We cannot afford such benefits packages. We cannot even afford Social Security anymore. In the completely free market region of Galt's Gulch in the novel Atlas Shrugged, we saw a society in which all work had dignity, and each producer exchanged their product with each other according to its worth. Its worth determined by the consent of the 2 traders. However, this being an ultra society in which the idea of each according to their need, teachers are saying that they, professionals that have been the least hurt by the economic recession, are more important than the home builders, lawyers, waiters, cooks, and factory workers who have received pay cuts or outright layoffs. These teachers are just like the bureaucrat commissars in the Soviet Union who beat the egalitarian drum, yet benefited in a crony society in which some were more equal than others. And in modern day America, there's only one parasitic group that even resemble New Jersey teachers. Those being the CEOs of the auto companies who went before Congress last year and got their multi-billion-dollar bailouts and kept the bonuses that they did not earn because they convincingly argued that their presence, being fundamental to the national economy, meant that they should not suffer in its downturn. Obama is going to create a record-breaking $1.2 trillion deficit this year, a trend which is merely a continuation of the mystic, compassionate conservative George W. Bush. Whether 2012 sees a Democratic presidency or a Republican one, this trend will undoubtedly continue. Ayn Rand once said that money is a barometer of society's virtues. Its depletion in these unsustainable statist projects and has the needle pointing to a storm that is going to hit us as hard as Greece and Japan in the next 30 years. If we want to avoid this type of economic catastrophe, we need political leadership grounded in reality. Objective reality. I'm Neil McGettigan, and I encourage you to support the Objectivist Party. Thank you.